Hi, I'm Carrie Cudney from Demonstrator Training at Stampin' Up, and I get to tell you more about one of our exciting new product lines, die cutting. Stampin' Up now carries everything that you need to incorporate die cutting into your business. Our research team and our designers have looked at several different die cut systems and have decided to partner with Sizzix to bring you the very best tools to incorporate darling die cut shapes and texture into your projects, as well as provide you a convenient way to share these techniques with your customers. Let me start by showing you the die cut machine. This is the Big Shot. And believe me, there's a reason it's called the Big Shot. This machine is amazing. It's a manual die cutting machine, so it doesn't need any electricity. And that makes it very versatile and easy to use anywhere. It's very sturdy, but at only 8 pounds, it's portable, so that it's easy to take with you to your workshops or your stamping events. It comes with 2 clear cutting mats, and it also comes with a multi-purpose platform. This platform is an awesome feature of the machine because it allows you to use any dies on the market with this machine. So if you or your customers have purchased dies in the past, they are compatible with the Big Shot machine. And that brings us to the next element of the system, the dies. Stampin' Up! Carries a wide selection of dies, and many of them are exclusive to Stampin' Up! They feature our artwork and coordinate beautifully with many of our other products. Today I'm going to use 2 types of dies. This is a Big's die, and then I'm also going to use a smaller Sizzix die. So now let me demonstrate a project to show you how everything works. We are going to make this cute little envelope with a coordinating greeting card. And the envelope is cut out with the Big's die, and then this flower embellishment in the corner is cut out with one of the Sizzix dies. So let's start by cutting out the envelope. We're going to use the Big's die for this. So I don't need to use the multi-purpose platform, but I do need to use the cutting mat. So I'm going to start by laying a cutting mat right here on the machine, and it's almost like building a sandwich. I'm going to lay down the mat, and then lay down my die, and then lay down my cardstock. And these steel rule dies will cut through several sheets of cardstock at once, so this would be a great make and take project for you to prepare for a workshop. But today we're only going to make one. So I've topped it with my other clear cutting mat, and now I'm just going to push it into the machine. I like to go just until the handle kind of kicks up, and that lets me know that it's in there as far as it needs to go, and it also lets me know which way to turn the handle. So now I'm just going to crank that through, and you might hear some popping noises. Oh, that one just, oh, there's the pop. Don't worry about that. That's normal, and it just means that everything is working right. It's so easy to do. Don't worry about needing dexterity or extra muscle strength. Anybody can crank that rotary handle. So I'll move that out of the way, because now it's time to take my sandwich apart. And you can see how easily that envelope just pops out. It's cut perfectly, no frayed edges or caught corners, and I even have the lines scored where I need to fold. If you do use this project as a make and take, make sure that you tell your customers that you prepared it with the Big Shot machine. You could say something like, I cut out all of these little envelopes with my Sizzix Big Shot, and I did it all in just a matter of minutes. Cutting through multiple layers of cardstock is a great feature of this machine if you need to create multiple projects like wedding or party invitations or holiday cards. The die cut machine will make it so fast and easy for you. So there's my envelope. I'm going to set that aside now and cut out the flower embellishment to put on our envelope. Now the smaller Sizzix dies are not quite as wide. Let me bring the machine down here. They're not quite as wide as the Big's die, so I need to add some width so I can get the pressure just right inside the Big Shot. So this is where the multi-purpose platform comes in. You can see that there's some tabs down here on the end, and you'll just turn to the coordinating tab that matches the die that you are using. And if you're worried about knowing which tab to use or how everything goes together, it's so easy because there's pictures right here for you that tell you exactly what to do. So I have my platform down first. Now I'm going to add my clear cutting mat, and then my die, and then my cardstock, and then my second cutting mat on the top. And now that I have that lined up, just as before, I'll push it through just until that handle kicks up, and then crank it through. Another great feature of this machine is that it can be used on any surface. You may have seen die cutting machines before that have a vacuum seal to your tabletop. Those type of machines can only be used on a hard surface, but this machine can be used on any surface, from a glass coffee table to carpet to a tablecloth, and that's a great feature when you're taking it with you to a workshop, because you never know what kind of setup your hostess will have. So there's my flower. Again, it cuts beautifully, no frayed edges, it's a perfect flower. So now let's step it up a little bit. I'm going to lay my flower down there and add some texture to the flower with a stamp. Using our stamp sets with our die cuts creates a synergy between these two product lines and just shows how well they work together. I want the texture just to be in the center of that flower. And so I've created a mask with just an ordinary Post-it note. And as I mentioned, these dies have been designed to coordinate with our products. And so that's the center of that flower matches up perfectly with the 1-inch circle punch. So I've punched the circle punch out of the Post-it note. And now I'm going to use the sanded background stamp. And I've inked it up with rose red ink. So I'm going to stamp that right on top of the flower. And now when I remove the mask, you can see how only the center of the flower has that sanded texture. So it's a way to show stamping with the die cuts. And so that covers the stamps and the die cuts, but I also want to add some embellishments. So I'm going to add a little button, more mustard button down there in the corner. And there's my flower. I've also embellished the envelope a little bit. I've added some of our Kiwi Kiss Designer Series prints up here on the top and tied some taffeta ribbon, and I've also stamped a greeting down there in the corner. So now all I need to do is adhere my flower down there in the corner, and my envelope is complete. I have a couple of other projects to show you that feature some of our other exclusive dies. This card was created using some of the smaller Sizzix dies, the flowers and the leaves, just like the flower we just created for the envelope. But I love how this card uses stampings, and again, it creates that synergy and shows how well our stamps and our die cuts work together. And I have one more project to show you that uses a very versatile die. The die creates, it's another steel rule die, and it creates this label that would be a great embellishment for a scrapbook page or a card, but when you fold it in half, it creates a really cute bag topper. It fits perfectly on our medium cello bag. But if you turn it the other way and fold it in half, it makes a perfect topper for the small cello bag. So it's very versatile and a really cute project to share with your customers. So I hope that you've learned a little bit more about our exciting new die cutting line and have been inspired to share some of these projects with your customers. Good luck to you, and thanks for watching.